the milk lady yelled at me. She saw the video that I shared with you on how to make yogurt, and she said that was the worst possible way to make yogurt using whole raw milk. She then went on to kindly tell me how to do it in a better method. Now, me being the open-minded and eternal student, I listened to her and I promised her that I would give her method a shot. And I did. Now, I'm not going to say that she was right and the way I showed you was wrong. What I will say, though, is if you watch this video to the end, the insights and lessons that I got may shock you. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Grumpy Acres. Well, if you haven't figured it out at this point, this is a follow-up video on the yogurt making video that I posted recently. Now, what happened was we went to a community get-together, our Festivus this fall, and the lady who we get our milk from, aka the milk lady, came up to me and she told me that the method that I showed everybody how to make yogurt was killing her, and that there was a better way to do it. And like I said, me always being willing to learn and keeping an open mind, I promised her that I would give it a shot. Well, I did, and the results, I'm not going to say they shocked me, because in retrospect it makes perfect sense, but it was a learning experience for me, and I want to share that with you. Before I do, though, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know, we make videos like yogurt making and other homestead recipes and homestead related videos. We also do videos about having a preparedness and freedom-minded mindset, and that's just as important as the other stuff. Okay, now on to the story. So if you haven't watched the yogurt making video, go ahead and pause this video and right click on the link up in the corner and go watch that video if you want. If not, here's a synopsis of where the disconnect was, or where I was doing it, she said, wrong. So in that video, I told you to heat the milk up to 180 degrees and hold it there, and then bring it down to about 115, and then add your culture and put it in the incubator. Whether the incubator's oven with a proof setting, or a towel wrap pot next to a wood burning stove, or an Instapot, or a dedicated yogurt maker. What she said was there is absolutely no need when using fresh whole milk to heat it up. And when you're heating up, what you're doing is pasteurizing it. And she said what happens is, and I looked it up and this is correct, at about 140 degrees, the good enzymes in the milk are destroyed because of the heat. And so you're taking something away from the milk that helps your gut health. So I gave it a try, and I just pulled it out of the oven. I'm not going to show you the whole remaking it, because there's no need to. So literally all you're doing is bringing the milk up to room temperature. You can do that by letting it sit on the counter, or you can do it in a warm water bath. You know, set your container in a sink full of warm water. But however you do it, all you're doing is bringing it up to room temperature, adding your culture, sticking it in the incubator. So I've got the results. I've got the results right here. So we're going to give it a try, and I'm going to share my thoughts on it. Okay, as you can see, that is nice and creamy. It did not set up quite as well as the last batch, but that's my fault, because the milk was still a little cool. It wasn't quite at room temperature. We were on a time crunch, and then I cannot let this set any longer. It's been 12 hours. We were on a time crunch this morning too, so I've got to take it out and get it in the refrigerator. But I guarantee you that after it sits in the refrigerator for another 12 hours, it's going to set up just as nice and thick as that last batch. I'm dripping all over the place. Hang on. Tastes perfect. Tastes perfect. Again, I don't know what it is about this. The way I've done it the last few times, I can't get it as tangy as I usually like it, but that tastes great. The last batch only lasted about 3 days, seriously, and I was the only one eating on it. So this is, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to say that one method is better than the other. This one is most definitely better as far as gut health goes. There are some benefits. There are some other benefits to this. Like I said, the enzymes not being destroyed will help your gut health. You'll get a much more nutritional and beneficial yogurt. Something I started thinking about, this method saves you on two ways. Everything in our life is an economic decision, whether we're talking about money or energy or material or anything. This saves economically for us. Number one, it saves us time because we don't have to heat the milk up on the stove and then wait for it to cool down. I mean, that takes about an hour if you're doing it properly. Number two, we don't need as many materials. We don't have to have a thermometer in order to register or keep track of the temperature. Number three, it saves us on energy because we're not heating it up on the stove. We're not spending the energy to heat the stove, heat the milk up, and this can literally be done on a warm summer day. Seriously, you could literally get your milk, bring it to room temperature, throw your culture in, wrap it in a towel, set it outside in a shady spot, and let it set under the summer heat, and you'll get yogurt. And I started thinking about it, and if you think about it, it's probably the way our ancestors did it. They probably did not pasteurize the milk because pasteurization wasn't a thing until the late 1800s. So I imagine that this is the way they did it. They just brought it to room temperature and threw their culture in and made yogurt. Now, here's something interesting. This is the insight that I think may shock you if you really truly think about it. So I was taught to heat the milk up. Anytime that I have wanted a refresher on how to do it, and I've looked it up online, the search results all say to heat the milk up. And I pulled one of our homesteading books out, and it said to heat the milk up. Now, I can't help but think that there's a little bit of Nanny State shenanigans going on here. Much in the way that the Ball Jar Blue Book is the safe way to can. I can't help but think at this point that heating the milk up and pasteurizing whole raw milk is the approved and safe way to do it. Now, take that for whatever you want, but I where there's smoke, there's usually fire, and as far as the Nanny State goes, past performance dictates future expectations. So I'm thinking there's probably something there. So if you're looking at making yogurt and you haven't tried it, or even if you have tried it the way I showed you, give this a try. I think you'll be pleasantly pleased. Like I said, I'm not saying that there's the right way and the wrong way. I'm just saying there are more ways to skin a cat when it comes to making yogurt. Some of them are more healthy, beneficially for us than others, just in the way it's done. Do it the way you want. If you feel more secure pasteurizing the milk, there's a lot of people that are scared of raw milk. So I could see somebody doing it. You're not doing it the wrong way. You're doing it a different way. All right. That's about it for the video. Like I said, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe and get these lessons and insights. This is one of the great things about having community, because if we didn't have the community that we have, I would have never gotten this firsthand, and I would have never got to try this, and I would have never learned this secondary method of making yogurt. And it's like that with everything, So go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you found this informational or inspirational or whatever. Comment. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think this is a better way or a worse way, or if you've even got another way to do it. Share with us. Most importantly, I want you guys to go out and live a life done free today. Take care. Thanks, Milo.